Hello, hi. So actually today we are going to talk about three issues or three main important things as a roaster you should have to understand. One, when you are doing roasting or you're roasting coffee, make sure that you're roasting coffee that clients will have to enjoy. So the first thing you should know, learn what your clients need. If the customers love this kind of roast, this is where you're going to base on and give more and more on this about when you're roasting. So make sure you learn what your clients need. If they want coffee, for example, a medium roast coffee that has a balanced moisture, a balanced acidity, and the body is mild, you give them, and then also get the feedback on how they enjoy the coffee. Then number two, you need to have a proper recording. So you should make sure that each and every time you are doing roasting, have a proper recording. So make sure you keep your files or you keep your records. You can keep your records in any way as long as you cannot lose them. So for example, if you had a very best roast, for example last week, and more of the customers had positive feedback about it, you can track it back and learn to know this is what I did and this is how I got this kind of coffee, and that's why more of the customers enjoyed it. Then number three, make sure you're roasting in smaller batches. Don't roast bulk, because for specialty coffees or for the small coffees that we are trying to do, don't roast in bulk. You are not an industry. You are just a small institution that you are giving out the best. So if you roast in smaller batches, it's good for you to track or to know that this kind of coffee I roasted under this pressure, under this temperature, and this is what I got from this type of roast. So when you're roasting, make sure that you're making smaller roasting. So also it will help you to, for example, maybe you had a problem with the machine. If you roast a lot of coffee or more bulky coffee, then the machine or all the bunch is very bad, there will be a problem in you actually having to process, because now you'll got a loss. So when you're roasting, make sure you're doing smaller batches so that you can track each individual roast and understand what are the effects or what are the substantial issues or physical features or any other chemical things that might come out when you are doing your roasting. So number one, learn your clients. Be able to tell what your clients need. Number two, keep records. Always keep records to make sure that you can go back into it and get to track where there was the best kind of coffee you roasted or where there was an issue, you can track it. Then number three, make sure you roast in smaller batches. Don't do a lot of roasting and yet your consumption level is very low. So it's good to actually keep roasting in smaller batches. You can do a research on your capability or your consumption in every 1 or 2 weeks. Then do and divide it into individual days where you can be roasting your coffee, so that when the first batch is done, you can get the second batch and use it, so that you don't have too much coffee that you're going to be roasted. So make sure that you follow these smaller simple steps that help you bring out the best coffee that is roasted and which all the clients are going to enjoy. So I hope you guys have learned something at least from this. Thank you.